to the 19th annual Pittsburgh Post-Gazette Wrestling Classic here at the University of Pittsburgh. Hello, my name is Craig Nellis, along with my friend AJ Fairchild. We're going to be bringing you the action of the United States USA All-Star team against the Pennsylvania All-Star teams, the premier high school bout in the country. AJ, how does the USA team look this year?
Well, once again, the poor old guys from Pennsylvania look like they have the cards stacked against them. Starting right off the bat, 160 pounds, top recruit in the country, Joe Williams, a four-time state champion with a 155-1 record, and his only loss was due to a slam in his freshman year. Another top recruit, 130 pounds, Jeff McGinnis from Iowa City, Iowa. Just a fabulous wrestler. He's 172-0. Never lost a bout in his high school career. Two other four-time state champions at 135, Shane Bowman, and 140 pounds, Doug Moore is also a four-timer from West Virginia. So it's really going to be tough for the PA team this year.
It sure is. The Pennsylvania team is led by their own four-time state champion, Bob Crawford from Milton High School. Bob accumulated 138 wins in his high school career. He will be followed by another two-time state champion, Tom Tomio, at 130 pounds. Tomio will be facing Jeff McGinnis from Iowa.
Should be a good one.
And the other leader of the Pennsylvania team will be a two-time state champion, Jeff Catcherbone from Harbor Creek in Erie, Pennsylvania. So it should be a good dual meet. Let's hope it comes down to the wire again. I think the Pennsylvania team has some strong heavyweights. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting bout. Sit back, relax, enjoy the wrestling action. We'll be bringing it to you.
Year history of the Classic.
And here we go. We're going to start at 103 pounds. Justin Klein from Newburgh, Oregon is going to wrestle Tony Mendez from Solanco, Pennsylvania.
Heavyweight class.
Tony's a three-time state champion in Oregon.
Pushed Pennsylvania.
His record this year was 38-1. His career record's 123 wins and 13 losses.
At that time,
that's Klein,
nobody knew.
I'm sorry, Justin Klein. And of course, his Tony Mendez from Flamenco had a career record of 76 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. And just in a moment, we'll be moving to the 103-pound weight class.
And went on
at 103 pounds.
At 103 pounds.
The 19th annual
out of
Pittsburgh
Newburgh,
Wrestling
Oregon, Justin Klein.
Excuse me, the Pittsburgh
Wrestling for Pennsylvania, Tony Mendez.
Easy mistake made since this is the first year it's been switched over.
The Pennsylvania's in the blue, the USA team is in the red. The uniforms and warm-ups are all sponsored by Brute Wrestling and a main contributor of the Wrestling Classic over the past several years.
They've done a fine job. We're going 2-2-2s here. 2-minute first, second, and third periods.
And Tony Mendez in low. Larry Maggi, the referee, calls a stalemate, brings both wrestlers back to the center.
Again, starting out very cautiously are the 103-pounders. We saw that in the first dual meet.
Uh-oh.
Pancake try there by Klein.
Yeah, Klein had a double underhook there. He's both got the double underhook. He does an inside trip, real nice. Real nice. Changes it off into a near cradle, and he's hooking that leg. He's been given the 2 points there. He gets the 2-point takedown. Lifts his opponent up, brings him back to the match. Mendez hitting a switch, blocked by Klein. Klein on top with the legs in, digs the other boot in on the far side, and knocks his hips over. Prying on that head pry, he's really stretching him out and cranking him, and he's got him turned over. He's getting back points, folks.
Three-time state champ is going to work, isn't he?
He sure is. He's got a lot of pressure up there on Mendez's shoulder, and it's at risk there now. I think the referee's keeping a close eye on it. Mendez is really stretched out. Klein's trying to turn him over. Now he's trying to keep his hips up and get some weight. He's getting some back points. Got a lot of pressure over there.
Yes.
Changes off as Mendez fights out. Changes off into a headlock.
That should be
He's
3.
trying to pull him back onto the mat. Goes out of bounds. And the referee gives Justin Klein two near fall back points. So that increases his lead to 4-0. We have 21 seconds remaining in the first period. Mendez on bottom in the blue. Stops that initial block. Klein digs in the legs again, gets up on top, putting a far boot in on the other side. Probably going to be looking for that head pry, going to that again.
Yep.
Mendez kicks out the left leg. Klein gets high, and Mendez gets the 1-point escape. Mendez with a nice shot by there and reaching for that low single.
He seems to have kept his composure as Tony Mendez. even though he gave up the 4-point play initially, he was in no real danger of being pinned, and he came out quite nicely there at the end of the first period to make it 4-1.
Yeah, Justin Klein, choice chooses bottom in the second period. Mendez with a tight single waist there. Looks like he's got it wrapped halfway around. Got a lot of pressure down. He's got Klein's left arm isolated back, and he's trying to work in a chicken wing, it appears, but Klein works to his feet. Oh, and he hips him over. Then both wrestlers go down. Nice flurry there. Mendez does a good job staying with him.
Landing all his weight on his head did Mendez, but he stayed right with him.
That's right. He's got a nice arm pry there, changing off to a tight waist, going back to that arm bar. Klein cleared that inside arm pry the first time. And Mendez doing a good job changing off, looking for that far half now. Klein getting a little motion and elevation on the bottom. Both wrestlers spin out of bounds. And in the second period, Klein will go back down. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Referee sets the wrestlers.
As I said before, Mendez looks like he has his hands full here, but he seems to be keeping his cool real well and staying right in this match, down only 4-1.
Okay, Klein getting his leg, trying to get some elevation, getting some hips. Mendez doing a good job keeping his hips flat, broken down, getting that arm pry. Now he pulls it onto his back. It looks like he's starting to go to work. He's got his right leg laced, and he's got the left arm on the back.
He's going to try to lock his hand on that arm.
He is. He's looking to work it. He's looking to work it. He's going to need to score here.
Will the referee let him have that?
I believe he is. He's got Mendez broken down flat. He's got that arm.
He's got it on the wrist.
He's circling out front. Oh, he loses it, and that's going to give him. That's going to give Klein a 1-point escape. Mendez goes for that far ankle pick. Doesn't get it. Klein fighting off. He's underneath there with the overhook. Mendez tries to shuck him by. Doesn't get it. Both wrestlers come free. Back on their feet. Being a lightweight myself, AJ, I always enjoyed the lightweight. Bouts a lot more, typically a lot more action, a lot more flurries, a lot more
moves and counter moves.
Yeah, a lot more action.
Let's see what Tony Mendez can do from the bottom. Now he trails 5-1 with that escape at the end of the second period, but I just have this funny feeling he's going to hang around in this match, even though he has his hands full with 3-time state champ Justin Klein.
Okay, Mendez scores again early in here in the third period, making that score 5-2. He probably needs to get his offense going. He tries that chuck by, looking for that low single again. Klein takes his own shot low, gets both ankles, trips up Mendez. He's in there deep. He's reaching up around the waist. Mendez trying to pry through the crotch and get some elevation. Klein looks like he's going to get it. He's locked around the waist.
Mendez hoping for a stalemate.
Yeah, and he's doing it. I guess the legs are tied up there. Neither wrestler can advance the position. The referee calls a stalemate, brings them to their feet.
That left leg, somehow he kept that left leg laced and was able to keep him in neutral position.
Bob Craig, the honorary coach of the USA team, is telling Justin Klein to use his head here with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the third period. He's winning by 3 points. Mendez shoots a single leg, shrucks it by. Nice drag from underneath.
Beautiful.
Nice drag by underneath. Closes the gap. Now it's decision time. Does he stay on top and try to turn him over, or does he let him go and look to tie him up, or tie up the match? Right now, Mendez is going with staying on top, and he's putting that chicken wing in. He's going for that bar one more time. You know, you can't, if that's where his strength is, he's got to go with it. The referee calls potentially dangerous.
Mendez does like to run those bars, and it's obvious there as he gets on top. So
Tony Mendez's coach at Salinico is John Little, and John's conversing on what they should do there. Gave him the option to let him up. Tony chose to keep him down and work for that chicken wing. Coach is yelling to turn him. He's got the arm bar and a half. He steps out front. He's really trying to force it, and he's going to probably lose it. He's able to recover here. Stay in control. He's got 20 seconds. The crowd's yelling to let him up, but he chooses to stay on top. The referee calls warning for stalling on bottom with 14 seconds left. We've got a 1-point lead by Justin Klein over Tony Mendez.
He's
Here in
trying to pry
103
him
pound
over.
bout. We're down to 3 seconds. It looks like that's going to be the match.
Oh, valiant effort for Tony Mendez in a losing effort, 5-4. Just a wonderful match. It started out here at 103 pounds. Justin Klein came out like a house of fire, and Tony Mendez, as we were talking about earlier, seems in the second half of the second period and the third period, he really took control of the match and did everything he could. He seemed like he ran out of time.
It's Mike Thompson.
Well, you know, he can always say, well, what if I would have let him up? But that's the way the sport goes. We're entering the 112-pound bout. We've got from West Liberty, Ohio, Tim Derlin. Tim Derlin in on a nice double leg on Mike Tomzik. Tomzik from Northampton, one of the concrete kids out of Northampton High School. Referee Frank Volcano gives Derlin a 2-point takedown. Derlin comes out off the whistle attacking. Derlin was 41-0, state champion this year, his third state title. Derlin comes from a notorious Ohio wrestling family, 4 boys. 1-point escape. Derlin staying low, looked like he's going back to work.
Think they have any furniture in their house, or is this Resolite from the kitchen all the way back to the bedroom?
Derlin, nice change off, lowers his hips, reaches in for the double leg. There's Tomzik going for his move. He's got the overhook and the underhook, and he's looking to pry him. That's called the concrete move. That's how he made his way through the state tournament with that one move right there. And he pinned his opponent in the finals. He gets a very, very tight front headlock.
When Tomzik's able to get that leg in there to elevate, he can pull his partner over, but Derlin wasn't having any of it, a 3-time state champ. He hung on and kept that moved away.
Volcano called a 1-point illegal hold there on Tomzik. That expands the score to 3-0 in favor of Derlin.
Big point.
Tomzik tries to shuck him by. Derlin staying low, looking to work a Russian tie here. He's got it. He's got that arm isolated, clears it, takes a far leg shot, changes to a double, sets him down. Derlin's going for a half Nelson. There's Tomzik. He likes to stay and roll around in that position with that overhook. That over the head. Derlin's doing a good job of clearing it by just controlling that wrist. Tomzik likes to stay in there, wrestle around in that little position. He likes kids to get him in a cradle and elevate him over top. But Derlin is definitely no fluff here. He knows what he's doing. Good wrestler. He's got, I don't know, can't tell from this angle, doesn't appear he's got the near cradle. He scored 2 more.
Smart wrestling there by Derlin.
Very smart.
He did not get himself in a precarious position there. He stayed right with him, and he now leads 7-1.
He had the arm bar, and on the back he let it go. He's now in legs, and he's got that far head pry. Maintaining good body position. The first period ends with Tim Derlin with a 6-point lead by winning by the score of 7-1. Defers his choice to the Pennsylvania Mike Tomzik. Tomzik chooses down. As I was mentioning earlier, Tim comes from a wrestling family. Not only is his dad the assistant coach, but he has 3 other brothers, and between them they have 10 state champion titles in their family.
No kidding.
Brothers Jeff and Steve have 2 titles, and brother Matt and Tim each have 3 titles. His brother Jeff wrestled in Classic 12 here and tied his Pennsylvania opponent. So the Derlin family returns to the Pittsburgh Coast Gazette Wrestling Classic.
Yes, they have. In style, too. Gee, if you only won 1 state championship in that family, you were in last place. And they're counting on
his back. He's getting back points here. He's got legs in, and he's scooped ahead. Got a lot of pressure on there. Besides that little tidbit of information, I don't know much more about the Derlin family. I do know that the brothers have wrestled in college. I don't really know that much of where they're at. Guessing if Derlin's a Buckeye, he'll be heading to Ohio State with Rex Ellison and company.
Big Ten very, very strong again this year in wrestling in the NCAAs, and Washington County getting their first NCAA champion since the 60s, Beryl Long from Trinity, and college escapes me for a second. Sylvester Turkay from Cannon McMillan in North Carolina State. also known as Bear, was the national champ at heavyweight, pinned his way all the way to the finals.
Okay, Derlin gives him an escape and attacks Tomzik right away. In on a double leg. Tomzik looking to go to his concrete move. He's got that overhook and the underhook. And he likes his opponents to come up with him so that he can hop out underneath him and then elevate them over top. Right there, he's looking to try it. Derlin's sandbagging on him, so he knows what's coming.
Yep.
He can feel it. Tomzik's looking for it. Tomzik's trying to get the elevation in there. He's going with his move. Got by 8 points and got to work it.
I don't think Derlin's going to fall for it. I think that Tomzik's going to have to go to something else.
Derlin clears those posts. Tomzik just snaps them down, clears them, takes a shot. Tomzik going to that head over in the underhook, trying to work it again. I think by now, Derlin knows what Tomzik's trying to try there.
Yes, it looked like Tomzik had a chance to take the 2 points there, but wanted to try to get the big throw and get it all at once. 10-4 would have been a lot better than the 10-2 score it is right now, but Tomzik tried for the big throw, and that's the way it'll stay after 2 periods.
Derlin controlling the tie there at the end. Third period, he chooses neutral. So for the third and final period, Tim Derlin leading Mike Tomzik by the score of 10-2. Once again, Derlin gets that Russian tie, he's controlling it, clears, shoots for that far leg, he gets it, he's in tight, changes off, drives him right to his back, takes him down hard. Tomzik's trying to stay with his move, Derlin isolating that wrist. Now Tomzik, as you can see, slides that inside leg and he laces it, and he's trying to elevate there. But Derlin now, instead of staying with the half Nelson, is coming across the neck. And that aluminum takes away some of that leverage there.
Definitely does. He just went ahead and threw the arm over top and got himself a couple of back points without putting himself in jeopardy from that elevator move. And he got a 3-point play out of it.
Yes, 3-point near fall. That expands his lead to 15-2. He drives him out of bounds. Derlin looks strong here with a minute 9 seconds left in the third period. Looks real strong.
Yes,
like
he does.
Tomzik making his way back to the center. Out of breath. Probably wondering what he's got to do to get that move to work.
This is the first match we've seen so far that wasn't relatively close.
Derlin attempted a stand-up off the whistle. Now he's trying to get his way back to a base at this point. Derlin, tight waist, lacing the leg. Tomzik trying to clear those legs, picking them off. Derlin's got the legs in, he's got his hips off the mat, he's got a lot of pressure over there, digging on the head. You see how he's got Tomzik's head, he's scooping and doing a great job.
Working on that tech fall.
He's going to get him 1 point. With 27 seconds remaining, Derlin's dominated this match. Referee calls a stalemate. Brings both wrestlers back to the center.
Tomzik has been in a battle, and he knows it.
Okay. Tomzik trying to work to his feet, gets the 1-point escape. Derlin on that double leg. Tomzik trying to stay with his move there with that overhook and that elevation. He's trying to go for it. And he's all laced up. Derlin's got it tight, trying to work it. He's taking the arm right off. So the score ends with 3 points at 18-3, a 15-pointer.
Winning for
That should make the match score
is Tim Derlin.
8-0.
Now at 119 pounds out of
With the 5-point decision here in the dual
for
meet.
the USA.
Wow, what a dominating wrestler this Tim Derlin
So the
was.
USA jumps off to an 8-point lead.
And out of Pottersville Area High School, Kevin
Move into 119 pounds where we've got Dennis Kiko from Braden, Florida. My misplaced my notes. I don't see how many times state champ he is. But I do know he's a very intelligent student. He's got a 4.4, and out of a 4.0, he's in advanced placement. He's Brandon, Florida is outside of Tampa. It's a perennial powerhouse in Florida. I do know his record this year is 30-1. His career record is 95-1.
Now his only loss was, did he come down and wrestle Kevin Sangia from Connellsville?
That's correct. You're right.
So this is a grudge match here.
His only loss in his career is against Kevin Sangia this past summer, this past season at the California State Tournament. And the score was 4-3. It was a very close match from what I understand. So this is the first time in classic history that these two wrestlers have ever wrestled each other prior to this whole meet. And I do believe that Kitco is a 3-time state champion. Sniga trying to duck under. Sniga with an undefeated season, 41-0. Planning on heading to Edinburgh to continue his college career. He's got 138 wins, 13 losses, and 2 ties. Sniga in on that barrel roll. He's got it. He's walking his way up to Kitco's head. Kitco trying to scoot and stay with it. He's trying to get his hips up. He's got Sniga's leg laced. Kitco does a good job of fighting it off. He's locked in the crotch. He's got some hip pressure on him. Sniga now locked in on that crotch, trying to work the single leg. Got a tripod there. Kitco's breaking him down, blocking him flat, isolating his legs. Okay.
This Connellsville kick is tough, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Jim Horner, the referee here. Sanigia with the single leg attempt. He left his right arm up there. Tied up. Sanigia takes another shot. The referee calls Dennis Kitco for stalling. Kevin creating all the action. Dennis within him, a deep shot on Sanigia. Sanigia's got the clinch lock. He's got a lot of pressure. He overhooks the leg. There's 4 seconds remaining. Sanigia needs 2. And he gets 2 right at the buzzer. 2-point takedown to take the lead. Kevin Sanigia from Connellsville.
Very nice.
Coached by Tom Dolby. Tom has over 300 career wins at Connellsville. Kevin repeats. His brother Jeff was in the Classic several years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
I think it was a couple.
So the Sanagna family returns to the Classic. Kevin Bottom is in trouble. He's in the cradle. Kitco rolls him across and puts him on his back. Dennis Kitco's coach is Russ Cozart. He's on his feet, coaching instructions to Dennis. Saniga works off his back, gives up 3 back points. That makes the score in favor of Dennis Kitco here in the second period, 3-2. We've got 1 minute and 21 seconds remaining. Kitco's got the legs in on Saniga. And he's got that inside arm. Saniga trying to clear the legs. Kitco digs in the other boot. Okay. Dennis Kitco still on top with the legs in, trying to work a tilt. Kevin Sanigia finally getting back, get some elevation up top there. He's holding that leg in. Got 29 seconds left here in the second period. Sanigia gets back to his knees.
He needed to get there. He was getting himself in a little trouble.
Now the wrestlers starting to move around. There's some action there. Sanigia rolls through. The wrestlers are going through a flurry. Some great movement there. 10 seconds now. There's no change in position. Dennis Kitco still in control. Sanigia is locked up. He's got him loaded up on his shoulders.
points, but no escape either. It's going to remain 3-2.
Coach is looking for some back points there from referee Jim Horner. Red chooses bottom to start the third period. The match is tied 3-3. Is that correct? We have a 3-3 score?
It's like
I don't believe 1 point escape was given.
Dennis Kitko only has 1 loss in his career. That loss came this past Christmas, during the Christmas tournament, to Kevin Saniga.
So we know now why the U.S. coach was so upset. He was never awarded the 2, but the 1 was awarded.
Okay,
to
Saniga gives him a 1 point escape. That's a 4-3 lead with Dennis Kitko. Single. Dennis Kitko overlaced on the top, is prying on that leg. Snaggy trying to work over, but since Kitko's got that leg laced on the top. Russ Ozark yelling instructions, and those paid off because Dennis Kitko came up with a 2-point takedown there.
6-3.
He's now trailing by 3 points. Kitko's got the legs in, and I think he's got the cradle in again. He's probably looking to work it. If he doesn't have the cradle, he's got the, or maybe the arm and the leg hooked up there.
Looks like he may have the wrist cleared there on the right arm and the left leg.
Kevin doesn't look like he can get too much motion like he's had in the past. Gets to his head, kicks up. He's out front. The referee hasn't given him one yet. There's 52 seconds remaining. Looks like he's going to drive him out of bounds. Kitko's still locked up in the crotch. Sanigia comes up.
There you go. There's your one.
Come up through the middle. He gets his 1 point escape. That makes it a 2-point match. Sanigia with the front headlock. And Dennis Kitko. We've got 34 seconds left.
He should use something out of that headlock.
I think Sanger calls a stalemate there. We now have 29 seconds remaining. Dennis Kitko with a 2-point lead over Kevin Sanigia, trying to revenge a loss earlier in the season, his only loss this year. Sanigia hits a duck under, blocked by Dennis Kitko. He hits a shrug, blocked by Kitko. Kitko with the underhook, blocking off. Sanigia turns underneath, tries the waist. Kitko fights it off. We're down to 6 seconds. Sanigia shoots again, and Kitko spins around for 2. Sanigia gets the 1 point escape, and the match ends. So Dennis Kitko revenged an earlier loss from this year by beating Kevin Sanigia by the score of 8-5.
What a wonderful bout that was.
Dennis Kitko for the USA.
And Dennis Kitko throws his arms up in the air.
This match begins.
Very well deserved.
I'd like to recognize a very special individual sitting in the audience tonight.
Nice job.
This gentleman is a 4-time Pennsylvania state champion. But more importantly, he is Pennsylvania's first 4-time state champion. If you would,
Zoni.
Dr. James Conklin, please rise. Let's have state champion.
Okay,
and he will be going against Shane Hansen from Idaho Falls,
Shut out to this point.
Idaho.
The score is 11-0, and the USA team sends out their best representative, and Bob Crawford, the 4-time state champion from Milton, Pennsylvania. Crawford, a tall, lanky 125-pounder, wrestling 3-time state champion Shane Hansen, Idaho Falls, Idaho. And he also is tall and lanky for 125 pounds. So usually we see a lot of leverage, a lot of good scrapping in these kind of built wrestlers.
This ought to be a lot of fun.
Shane Hansen was undefeated this year, 30-0, career record, 123 wins, 6 losses. Both wrestlers feeling each other out for the first 30 seconds, go out of bounds.
Crawford with a fabulous record of 138-2.
Crawford backs up, takes a long shot far away, blocked by Shane Hansen. Hansen with the front headlock. Both wrestlers break free. Hansen takes a shot far away, blocked by Crawford. They're both in, tied up. Crawford has the underhook. Giving a nudge, giving a push. Both wrestlers trying to get control of the tie-up. Both wrestlers staying somewhat low.
PA really needs this bout.
Jerry Durr instructing Crawford to clear out, get fresh, get a clean start there.
I agree with that.
The head coach at Milton, Pennsylvania is Bob Greenlee, and there's Crawford in deep on a double but doesn't get it as they go out of bounds. So we're down with 45 seconds remaining in the period.
PA really needs this bout here because we have 4 out of the next 6 wrestlers for USA, or 4-time state champions.
Yeah, we're only starting to face the meat of the USA lineup.
Trailing 11-0 at this point.
Crawford takes a shot, gets himself in a little trouble, gets back to his feet, clears out. Both wrestlers have been aggressive in taking shots. Neither of them have fully penetrated the other wrestler and getting in deep. Crawford getting a little head motion there, ties up. Trying to pull him to the mat, trying to snap him down after those instructions from assistant coach Jerry Durr. Crawford trying to snap him, changes the tie up, gets the underhook, looking to hit that high crotch there. And the period ends scoreless at 125 pounds.
That may be to Hanson's advantage there, coming in even after the first period. We shall see.
AJ, Bob Crawford's strength clearly is on top. He's very dominating, very, very, very tough on top. Has a lot of good technique from up there. Rides his opponents tight. Knows how to turn people over. He starts the second period on the bottom. Does a quick sit out, turn in, gets the 1-point escape. A little bit of trouble here. He's in a front headlock. Shane Hanson got to get some pressure there and work it. Crawford reaching across, trying to lock up. Hanson with the front headlock. He's got it. Looks like he's tightening up. The referee calls stalemate. Breaks the wrestlers. Both wrestlers come back to the centers. Get ready. Crawford with a real wide stance there. Hanson in on a deep single leg. He's still low. Crawford facing him, trying to pull out. Still continues to face him, kicks out of it.
Unbelievable.
And we've got kicked in the face. So we're going to have an injury break. We'll take a break and be back.
You're not all those cauliflower ear guys.
Scores for you, but I do know some winners. Kentucky did beat Florida State.
Okay, we're back.
With 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the second period, Crawford has the only points, a 1-0 lead from an escape early in the second period. Both wrestlers still on their feet. Once again, both wrestlers are tying up. There's been shots made by both wrestlers. Neither of them fully penetrated, with the exception of Shane Hanson just recently had a nice deep shot on Crawford, had Crawford scrambling there. Crawford with the underhook. Hanson with the overhook, getting a lot of pressure on Crawford's head. Hooked up and they're locked up. Referee calls a
nosebleed
break, and we'll take a break. We're on.
Good luck to you.
Okay, we're back in the second period. We've got 39 seconds remaining. A break from a bloody nose on this side of Shane Hanson from Idaho Falls. Cleaning up the mat. And we should be back to action in a minute here.
7 state championships on that mat right now. 3 by Hanson, 4 by Crawford.
And we'll take a break. Okay, the action begins. We're at 125 pounds. Both wrestlers got a good break there. Hopefully they're going to come back strong. We'll see a lot of action here. Crawford in on a single leg with the far arm. Fought off by Hanson. They're both in tight. Crawford with an underhook on the left side. Overhook on the right.
He's trying a tie-up of some sort to set up a move.
Hanson trying to get some motion going. Working into that front headlock. He's trying to get it tight. He locks up. We're down to 4 seconds. Hanson doesn't look like he's going to score here.
Whoa!
Crawford almost scored at the buzzer. Boy, that was a nice underneath drag.
Sure was. So Bob Crawford, after 2 periods, leads 1-0 at 125 pounds in the team score.
Okay, as I mentioned, Crawford is extremely tough on top, so we'll have to see how he gets to do here. He goes into his patented crab ride. He slaps in that deep half, and he puts a tight waist on it. Very good at. He likes that area. He's prying in on the crotch. He's got that left leg prying in there, and he's got a half Nelson on the left side. I'm sure Crawford's looking to just ride him out or turn him over here. He won't be looking to give up a point on top in terms of letting Shane Hansen go. Hansen working to his feet, turning in. Crawford drops down to that low single, trying to kick out. Crawford sliding with him, keeping that foot isolated and tight. Hansen turns in and faces him. Crawford's trying to hang in there. Coach Durr telling him to break out. Durr trying to break out.
Gives him the one.
Crawford breaks out, and that ties the match at 1 apiece. Takedown wins it here. We got 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining.
Less than a minute to go.
Crawford lowering, trying to get underhook, changing into a double. Hansen looked like he wanted to counter that. Crawford kept lowering, attacking the hips, didn't rise up. And he was going to score a 2-point takedown. So he takes a 2-point lead. He's got 40 seconds remaining in the third period, and he has Shane Hansen flat. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's digging that half Nelson in now.
Stalling on top.
Calls a quick caution for stalling on top on Bob Crawford.
27 seconds left. Crawford got to hang on here.
Crawford going to that sit crab. Hansen scooting and sitting. Crawford stays with him. And as they go through that flurry, Hansen escapes. And that makes it a 1-point lead with Bob Crawford ahead. We're down to 11 seconds. Hansen in deep. Crawford with a crossface. He's fighting him off. He turns into a scoop. He gets a 2-point takedown with 3 seconds remaining. And that ends the bout. Crawford wins.
And he nearly got back points on that. I believe they left it at 5-2.
5-2.
I believe that's the final is 5-2. They took him right down.
Class is Bob Crawford. In the 130-pound class, out of
And that will make the score United States 11 and Pennsylvania 3 after 125 pounds.
And for Pennsylvania from Grove City with a record of 143.8.
Four-time state champion Jeff McGinnis out of Iowa City, Iowa, touting an unblemished record of 172 wins and 0 losses. McGinnis is heavily favored in this match. His opponent, Tom Tomio from Grove City, shoots in low. He's in deep on McGinnis right off the whistle. McGinnis digging in the boots, locking up in the crotch. Tomio coming out with some lightning flying. Shoots in and hits him low. Tomio getting some height, rising up. Stands up, and he gets fencing danger.
Everybody in the place knows that McGinnis is heavily favored here, and they like the way Tomio went right after him.
McGinnis staying in good low position, not getting distracted by Tomio's head tapping there. Sign of, once again, a good wrestler. He's just being patient, watching his hips. Tomio getting some action, lowers his hips, gets in deep on McGinnis. McGinnis locking up, trying to get some pressure. Tomio trying to step over. Tomio does get over, but he's getting his hips kind of high. McGinnis is looking to lift him up. McGinnis now is getting height with his hips, getting a lot of pressure on that leg. McGinnis did a good job of scooting his hips. He now has been awarded the 2-point takedown by Severn, the referee. He's got control. He digs that leg in. Tomio blocking off, sits.
Tomio's got to say, what happened there? I had the takedown and bang, next thing you know, I'm down 2-0. Off the mat they go with 35 seconds left. Got a 2-0 lead. For Jeff McGinnis, the 4-time state champ from Iowa City, Iowa, 172-0. Tom Tomio, a 2-timer, 143-8. Not so bad.
McGinnis gives him one. Attacking Tomio. Tomio getting some head tapping and bopping in there. McGinnis banging on his head. McGinnis takes a shot. Yelling too, but Tomio doesn't have it yet. Tomio's got to finish it. He's now dropped off to a single leg. McGinnis has got the wizard in. The crowd wanted to see too, but McGinnis popped to his feet before Tomio could Tomio low on the single leg. Doesn't get the takedown.
Referees did confer on that, and both of them agree that there was no takedown, and a 2-1 lead for Jeff McGinnis of Iowa City. 130-pound action. Tomio on top. No movement there by McGinnis on the whistle.
McGinnis continue to maintain his base. Looks like he's working into a camel stand. Tomio getting a lot of pressure on top on his head and shoulders. Trying to work a half Nelson there. McGinnis got hand control on that left arm. He's really controlling it well. Got both hands. Not only did he keep it, he kept it into a Russian tie. Tomio did it backwards, turned his back to him, spun away and reshot. And he shot low enough. He's looking to score, but man, McGinnis is still fighting. Good defense on
He
McGinnis.
needs to elevate. He needs to elevate. Here he goes. It's a tie match in the crowd. Wakes up here with a minute 15 left.
Grove City wants to see their boy win, man. Grove City brought a crowd down. Tomio is facing an extremely tough opponent. The match score is now 4-3 in favor of Jeff McGinnis from Iowa City, Iowa.
Shane Hansen.
McGinnis falls time. McGinnis in his tongue. The crowd doesn't like it, and this isn't in favor of Tomio. Tomio is very well conditioned.
Data on these two wrestlers.
Looked like McGinnis got his...
is a 4-time state champion, and he is ranked as the #1 wrestler.
tongue bit as he came out for one there, and that gives him the 4-3 lead.
Tom Tomio, he's a 2-time Pennsylvania state champion.
Looks like we're going to have to break.
Once as a double.
Okay, after that break, we're back. We're in the second period. We've got 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining.
What a bout.
Tomio's got a little bit of momentum going, but boy, he sure had to work hard for that takedown.
Yes,
McGinnis
sir.
has been fighting him off. They mentioned during that break that Tomio is a 2-time state champion, 1 time in AA and 1 time this past year in AAA. He's 38-0 this year with 143 career wins and 8 losses at Grove City High School.
Well, he's really moved up. Now he's wrestling the undefeated wrestler from Iowa.
Marty Rowley is the coach at Grove City and coaching Tommy right now, passing those instructions, telling him to snap him down. McGinnis takes a single leg shot. The wrestlers in a flurry, especially after Tommy dived through the leg. Tommy is now behind the leg. It looks like he's going to come up. McGinnis locks up there.
Whistle was for a dangerous hold. The arm obviously too far back.
Boy, what a great flurry. I think Tommy really looked underneath him there. It was really unexpected by McGinnis and came up in a good positive position. He just couldn't finish it off. Now Tommy takes his turn at a shot. McGinnis stops him. McGinnis drives into him. He's got the front headlock. He's trying to work it. We're down to 1 second. That ends the second period. At the end of the third period, it's Tomio's choice, and he chooses down.
Jeff McGinnis leads 4-3 with his escape. And nearly McGinnis had Tomio taken down and put on his back somehow. Tomio rolled through it, held onto the ankle, and remained neutral. Here we go in the third.
Okay, we got the crowd behind Tomio. We've got an Iowan with an unblemished record. And in my past years here at the Classic, AJ, I mean, we've seen a number of wrestlers come in here with undefeated seasons, not in careers, and come to the Classic and lose. So, but McGinnis right now on top, very tough, stretching out Tomio.
I think Mike Ferrari knocked off a kid from Iowa that was 140-some and 0. Went on to wrestle at the Army Academy, West Point.
Okay, with 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining, Tomio comes up, trying to get to his feet, trying to get some hand control there. McGinnis throws in the legs on the left side, slowing him down, working on top. McGinnis working the legs, trying to get a head pry or a head scoop at this point. He's got a lot of pressure on Tomio. Tomio trying to get some height. McGinnis got that leg dug in on the left side. Now he's got some weight up on Tomio. Tomio's trying to get some hand control underneath there. McGinnis with an arm pry. He's starting to lose it. Tomio doesn't cover something. Gets out. To tie the bout. Takes a shot. McGinnis was ready. Boy, unbelievable how Tomio just to get out there does that forward somersault. Kicked out of it. The crowd comes alive here at the University of Pittsburgh. The Sale Fieldhouse. We've got 33 seconds remaining. We got a tie score, 4-4.
What about?
McGinnis takes his shot. Tomio blocks and goes to spin. No reaction after that. Both wrestlers come to their feet. Tomio with the overhook. McGinnis pulls him down with the underhook. Tries to drag. We're down to 12 seconds. I think Tomio is going to be satisfied with a tie here. McGinnis pushing ahead. Shuts him by. We'll see what happens with 6 seconds left. Tomio walks off. Neither wrestler shoots. Drives ahead. Sudden death here. McGinnis is ready.
No breather at all.
Tomio slaps ahead and takes a shot from far away. McGinnis stops him, going back to that front headlock. It appears this time that Tomio had the underneath lock pretty tight. The crowd is almost on their feet, and on their feet in some cases in the back. The Grove City fans. Crawford taking a long shot. Making the two-point takedown. It's Tomio for the takedown. It was quick. I'll tell you what, Jeff McGinnis took it and stopped.
Yes, he did.
Referee says no.
Obviously, Tomio did not have McGinnis down to the mat. They're still going here. 4-4. Both boys
I didn't think
scoring
it
in
was
the
2
middle.
points myself.
No.
McGinnis hopped right to his feet. I would not have given to him, so I agree with the referee's call. A lot of credit to Sean Connery, who consulted on the mat side, and Greg Severn. Obviously, this is a crowd that wants to see the PA boy win. McGinnis takes a shot. Tomio fires. Severn gives him another quick takedown.
Listen to that crowd. And with a lot of class. Unbelievable upset. One of the top recruits in the country, Jeff McGinnis, beat by Tomio from Grove City. Sudden death overtime, 6-4. That makes the team score 11-6. 135 pounds, Shane Bowman, another 4-time state champion with 107 pins in his 129 victories. Wrestled Drew Spencer from Peters Township High School at 135.
Okay, what a way to spark the Pennsylvania team. Tomio's overtime win over 4-time state champ Jeff McGinnis. Drew Spencer in the blue with the headgears and a bandage on his head. Spencer winning the state title this year. Has 116 career wins, 25 losses at Peters Township. Peters Township's first state champion. He's coached by Phil Mary and assistant brother Chris Mary.
They did a great job with that program, turning around in just a matter of years.
AJ, something interesting, West Virginia has had 4 representatives here in the Classic. No one has ever won. I don't know who those players are. I do know that every representative from the state of West Virginia or Virginia has come winless. Drew Spencer in on a low single, both of those ankles tight. And of course, Spencer, very tall for 135 pounds, can use that to his advantage. Takes a long, low shot, scores 2. He's got something tied up there. Shane Bowman. making his way out. You know what, I think I might have to correct myself and look back at the notes. I think it's the West Virginia boy at the next weight where West Virginia set 4 representatives instead of never won. So I think that's where we're at. Spencer in again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Shane Bowman. Works a barrel roll.
3-2 lead now for Shane Bowman, the 4-time state champ.
He goes to the sit-out, turns in. He's got wrist control. He cleared, but he didn't get all the way through. He goes to a Granby. Bowman follows him.
Spencer's one of these guys that, yeah, he hangs around and he beats you in the 3rd period. See if he can keep that going.
Okay, we wind down the end of the 1st period. Shane Bowman from Harmon, Virginia, in the lead by the score of 3-2, defers his choice to Drew Spencer. Spencer's choice chooses down.
I'll tell you what, Craig, we have a barn burner here, 11-6 bout score, team score lead, and
I'd like to point out that Drew Spencer from Peters Township,
this 135-pounder,
one-time state champion, and he is the first
Pennsylvania
state
team right back in
Peters Township high school history. Congratulations, Drew.
Again, just announced that Drew Spencer, the first state champ in Peters Township history, and with the Mary brothers over there, I imagine they'll get a few more.
Okay, so we start the 2nd period with Shane Bowman on top. Spencer does a sit-out, spin.
Nice round of applause for Tom Tomio from Grove City as he went back to his seat after his victory. And a 1-point escape there. Uh-oh.
Spencer's got himself in trouble. I think he did get, the referee did award him a 1-point escape, but he's in trouble. His arm is sucked in. He's starting to scoot and get some pressure on top. Coach Mary telling him to keep that head, keep that lock. Bowman trying to spin up underneath. Got that arm, and he's got it tight, and now he's got a 2-point takedown. He's got that arm on his back.
Big change of momentum there with the escape and the takedown. Is now a 5-3 lead for Shane Bowman from Harmon, Virginia. 107 pins out of his 129 victories. He's like a knockout artist in boxing. And we'll see what Spencer can do from the bottom. He sits out and kind of stops from there. Double underhook there by Bowman. Scooting, try to chin drop.
That's right.
He's getting some back points out of this.
Bowman had a double check there on him, drove in, and when Spencer pushed back, he just sucked him back.
Yeah.
He's scoring there, and he's got him tight. As a matter of fact, from this viewpoint, he's pinned him.
Wow.
And now we know why he has 107 pins. Drew Spencer seems a little surprised and kind of caught off guard.
344.
Scores the first fall of the evening.
344.
Second period pin of Drew Spencer.
Pin Shane Bowman. At 140 pounds,
That will make the team score United States 17 and
from
Pennsylvania 6.
145-10 record, Dan Cavada, representing.
Dan Cavada from Methuen, Pennsylvania. Wrestled 4-time state champ from West Virginia. Doug Moore.
Moore's record this year was 34-1. Career record 126 wins and 2 losses, and I understand he's on his way to West Virginia University to continue his college wrestling career. And
Is that him as the first West Virginia wrestler to wrestle for the U.S. team?
No, he would be the 5th. 4 other West Virginia wrestlers have preceded him, and all have lost here at the Classic.
So he's trying for his first win.
For the first West Virginia win, yes. And his opponent, Dan Cavada from McFadden High School. Cavada, as we mentioned, the state champion, 39-0 this season. He has the mask on in the blue and has a green elbow pad.
I tell you, that mask makes you look mean. Helps you out.
In fact, and shoots,
Nice
the
short.
changes into a dump. He's got that arm tight.
Cleared the elbow nice, but he could not keep onto that leg. I thought he was going right into his short, but it didn't work for him.
Moore cleared it out, tried to shuck it by, and then drove into him. Both wrestlers go out of bounds. We got a fresh start. We got a minute 22 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Cavada doesn't look like he's intimidated by any four-time state champion. He looks like he's been the aggressor so far. 17-6 team score lead, U.S. over PA after 135 pounds. No score in this bout as they go off the edge with a minute and 8 left. And we're going back for a fresh start.
Okay.
Another shot there by Cavada.
Cavada trying to get his offense going here. He's got the head tie. Moore kind of ducking out there. He sat all the way down to his hip. Get a lurry, and these are the mat movers here. They're all over the mat.
Yeah. A lot of flurries, but no points yet.
Nelson Stratton is the head coach, or the coach representing Dan Cavada tonight. I believe the coach in the Pacton.
Cavada still being the aggressor so far.
Moore with a wide stance, and Cavada takes that sliding shot to the outside.
Stall, an early call. I was just going to say will help Dan Cavada. Maybe he can catch Doug Moore on a ill-advised shot here, because really Moore has yet to shoot a deep penetration to this point. We'll see what happens.
There goes Moore's first shot, stopped by Cavada. Cavada changes off, lowers his lips, changes it to a double. Well-executed counter. Well-executed counter. You almost called that, AJ. So Cavada takes a 2-0 lead with 15 seconds remaining in the first period. He's in legs. He's got the arms tied up of Doug Moore from Metz, West Virginia.
Trying to get that elevator to just get him turned over the 90 degrees. But he's unable to do that, but he takes a 2-0 lead as Dan Cavada at 140 pounds over Doug Moore. And messing with the gear. I'm not sure if it's a broken nose or what the problem is with young Dan.
Got pimples.
Pimples, okay.
Cavada starts the second period on bottom, leading 2-0.
Lots of things can happen to the facial area when you're wrestling, that's for sure. Gets an elbow in the nose and lots of trouble.
Doug Moore staying on top of Cavada as he moves around, but Cavada sneaks out through the back door, catching that leg, gets a 1-point escape. Okay, Cavada got that elbow control. I'm sorry, Doug Spencer with that elbow control. Cavada takes a sliding single leg shot there on the left side. Moore flattens him down, tops him over. Cavada recovers. Moore locks into the crotch. Cavada's coming up through the legs.
You can almost feel Cavada gaining momentum and just feeling more comfortable in this bout. And as he does that, I think he may widen this lead here. He leads only 3-0 in the second period, but he could widen this lead. We'll see how they do.
A win here will get the PA team back in the running. We know we're in the thick of the USA lineup here. Cavada leading by the score of 3-0 with a minute and 16 seconds left in the second period. Coming close to scoring there. Moore takes a double leg shot. The referees call a break.
Looks like the referees are going to confer at the score table.
Yes, the match judge calls a break, and both wrestlers gives them a little break.
The clock.
There's an issue with the clock. We got 55 minutes up there now, and until they get the clock straightened out, we'll be back when the action begins. We're back at action at 140 pounds. A minute left in the second period. Both wrestlers tied up tight. Moore trying to get on the scoreboard, driving forward. Starting to get a little more physical here.
You know, Craig, they just announced that Dan Cavada is the scholarly athlete of the year here for Pacton High School, and And you can see he's wrestling in a very intelligent match here against very tough Doug Moore.
Moore trying to get his offense going.
Oh, yeah.
Cavada with a nice low single leg. Nice move by Doug Moore. Spins underneath and changes it off into his own single leg attempt. Is now trying to get his head underneath of Cavada's knee. He does. Trying to get some height. Cavada locked in the crotch. Moore sliding. Converts it into single leg. Moore controlling the end of that leg. Steps in, trips, and attacks Cavada. Cavada doesn't give up. They score a 2-point takedown, and Cavada came back with a 2-point reversal there.
That'll make the score 5-2 at the end of the second period. Cavada kept his head about him when he was taken down and went right to the switch. Came back with a 2-point reversal and now leads 5-2.
That was some exciting action there. We'll have to put that in the classic clip notes.
In the highlight line.
In the highlight section. So we start the third period.
Should be a good one.
Cavada's signaling that he's going to put his hands on, drops down, attacks the legs. Right, breaks Moore down, changes off to a tight waist, got his head in an arm plow there, slides to the back, throws in the legs, digs in the other boot, trying to stretch out Moore, which he does break him down. Moore trying to keep his head up as Danny Cavada works that head pry. And he's got it. He's got his elbow extended. He's got his opponent extended. All he's got to do now is turn his hips to turn him over. He's controlling that wrist. He's got Moore stretched out.
Oh, that hurts.
Now, even though he has him stretched out, it's very hard, even for the bottom guy, if he wants to roll over. And that's
because all the weight is being pressed on your torso area. It's hard to get over, even if you wanted to get over.
That's correct.
That's why young men do this sport.
Okay, Cavada drops down again, isolates that initial move by Moore. Moore goes to the camel stand, and Cavada throws in both boots, working back to that head pry, and he's got it extended. Comes over top, cross face, changing off again. Moore works back to his knees, clearing those legs. Moore's cleared to the right leg, now comes back to camel stand, kicks.
He's got to have the one there.
Top and kicks out the legs, scores a 1-point escape, and the referee gives him a 2-point takedown at the edge. And that ties the match.
He gave him a 1.
5. He gave him a 1-point escape.
To make it 5-3.
Well, he didn't give the 2.
No. They were calling for it up there in the West Virginia section, as Mets being, I imagine, pretty close to the Morgantown area.
Okay, Cavada lowers and shoots, but no penetration on that one. Moore's got that front headlock that he's trying to work. He's got 34 seconds. Cavada sliding back, then slides into that single leg. Moore locked up there. Moore trying to work his defense. He's locked in the crotch. He sits under, kicks him over. Now he's got his hips up on top of Cavada. Cavada working his way into position, working to the side, working that tripod, trying to step over. He does. Cavada steps over that leg and gets the inside arm. Scores a 2-point takedown on Moore.
6 seconds.
Moore hasn't turned away yet. And that'll end the match. Danny Cavada wins by the score of 7-3.
Very nice.
Over Doug Moore from Mets, West Virginia.
That'll make the score USA 17 and Pennsylvania 9.
40 pounds representing Pennsylvania, Dan Cavada. Now representing the United States from McPherson, Kansas. Timur
from the United States.
Timur Terry the Fourth from McPherson,
representing Pennsylvania,
Kansas.
Chuck Yale.
Chuck Yale from Brookville.
Something interesting here, AJ. McPherson didn't wrestle all season. His record this year is 7-0. He just wrestled in the tournament. He was injured all season. He wrestled 7 matches and won the state tournament. He won his 3rd state title. Chuck Yale from Brookville, Pennsylvania, with 30-0 this year. Pinned his way through the state tournament with a cross-face cradle, so we'll be looking for that from Chuck Yale.
He was in AA, right?
That's correct, AA.
Seen a lot of AA representatives here on the U.S. team and the PA team, and they've fared pretty well so far.
Nice takedown by Timur. Well executed.
Timur Terry.
Timur's got a bow and arrow, and he's got him really bowed.
Oh, boy.
He's got that leg up top. It's hard to see from this camera or from my viewpoint here, but he's got that leg up top. He's got it pulled. He's got it laced. And what he does is dive across the back and scoops the head and takes him. Thank goodness they go out of bounds for Chuck Yale. I failed to mention earlier that Yale was voted the AA Outstanding Wrestler of the Year for pinning his way through the state tournament. He's coached by Les Turner at Brookville, where they have a good wrestling tradition there. Yale works to his feet, gets hand control, and gets away. Gets in motion, ties up. Timur gets some hand control there.
Well, let's see how Yale responds to an early takedown by Terry. And nearly got himself in back trouble, but Yale got out for one, and it's only 2-1 in the first period.
Okay, Timur Terry has a Russian. Yale gets out of it. Okay, Yale takes a shot. He's in on a single. Terry gives a crossface, now changes off to a whizzer. Kicks across. Yale staying with that single leg, and the wrestlers go out of bounds. Chuck Yale with a good penetration there. As we mentioned, Moore spent the most of the season, or all the entire season, out this year.
He may not be in as good a shape as he would normally be then. We shall see. Terry looks like a freestyle type wrestler as well. Looks like he has some experience in the freestyle type.
That ends the first period. Timur Terry, the fourth, leads Chuck Yale by the score of 2-1. He wins the choice and defers it. Chuck Yale, choice, and he chooses top. And as I mentioned, this is where Yale's the toughest. He chooses top because he's a pinner. I don't know how many pins he had this year, but I do know he went 30-0. Okay, he breaks Terry down. He's got that top leg laced. He's got a lot of hip pressure on that, on top. He's looking to work that crossface, chops. Terry reaching back through there. Works his way back to his knees. Yale on top behind, chopping him to the right side, chopping at the wrist, driving, good drive with the hips.
Very nice.
Driving down some more. Terry's working his way to his feet, throws it off. And he throws it off and turns in to get his 1-point escape. And he's grabbing his knee. And I think we're gonna have an extended break, and we'll be back with the action at 145 pounds.
And we're back, 145 pounds. Timur Terry and Chuck Yale in neutral position. Terry leading 3-1. Terry in deep on the single leg. And he's pulling it up, trying to elevate. Yale's gonna sneak around. Is he gonna get there? He can't so far, still remaining neutral. Yale and Terry. Head down by Terry and just reaching that long reach he has on that leg and getting a stalemate from Frank Volcano with 47 seconds left in the second period. A 3-1 lead for Timur Terry IV. He is in the red, and Chuck Yale from Brookville High School in Pennsylvania in the blue. Yale again shoots. Terry seemed like a good defensive wrestler. Tried to set up some sort of duck there, it didn't work. Yale hanging on to him. Yale just waiting into Terry, keeps waiting into him, waiting for that opening. Now the Russian tie-up by Terry. 8 seconds left as they break that hold. Another shot there by Yale. Yale obviously the aggressor since the early flurry, and he may try to use that to his advantage, as Kovada did when Moore was one for stalling. We'll see what happens. It's a 2-minute bout now with the third period about to begin. 3-1 lead for Timur Terry. Yale on top. He's the pinner. Pinned his way all through the tournament. We'll see what he can do here to Terry. Terry has a nice base, spreading out. Yale trying to work, trying to break those arms out. Strength of Terry keeping him on his base so far. Trying to tie up the neck and crotch ride. Breaks him down now, and there's the stall on the bottom. Minute 34 left. Some back points in a stall, and could be a match. You'd see, uh-oh, Yale gets too high. Terry comes out for the reversal. It'll now be 5-1. Yale got a little bit out of control there, and that cost him 2 points.
Well, he got a little high, but he was forcing it, and he has to. He's trailing, he's in the third period, and he's got to go. He's got to go for it, and he knows he's tough on top, and he was looking to work it.
Terry kept him off very well. Now the ankle pick, very nice, drops him down, and another 2-point takedown. It's a 7-2 lead. Timur Terry. And he may have only wrestled 7 matches before he went to the tournament, but he sure got himself in shape and seems to be doing real well here in the third period.
Yeah, outstanding wrestler.
38 seconds left.
Okay.
And now trying to elevate and turn over with the 2-on-1.
They're right on the edge of the mat there. He turned them over. They roll through and go out of bounds.
Only 1 count, however, so no back points.
We're down to 32 seconds remaining here in the third period.
Yale's got to go for the 5-point play here to tie. See what he can do. Tries to stand. Terry breaks him down very nicely. Working on the wrist, just tying him up and keeping the weight on top. Solding away the victory, Craig. He'll put up a good effort, but he's down 7-2 with 8 seconds left. And it looks like the U.S. team is going to extend their lead to 20-9 with a 7-2 victory by Timur Terry IV. In 145 pounds.
Okay, AJ, when we move into the 152-pound bout, we're pitting two-time state champions amongst one another. Matt Sutter from Gibbstown, New Jersey. He's a 2-time state champion. He had a season of 36-0 this year. Career record of 138 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie. His opponent, 2-time state champion Jeff Catcherbone from Harbor Creek in Erie, Pennsylvania.
A lot of people like this kid.
Jeff.
Be a good collegiate wrestler as well as a high school.
Jeff also had an undefeated season this year. He was 38-0, and his career record's 145 wins, 12 losses. And I understand Jeff's on his way to Michigan University.
The Wolverines, another great Big Ten wrestler, looks like is going to come in.
Both wrestlers tying up, looking to control the tie-up, feeling one of that. Catcherbone doing a little snapping, takes a shot. Sutter blocks. Sutter got the underhook. Goes to move him out.
Pennsylvania needs another stellar performance like they got out of Tom Tomio to get back in this dual meet.
Sutter clears out of the tie-up. Catcherbone attempted the shot there. Both guys head-to-head now. Sutter snapping down, beating the head a little bit there. Tries to shrug. Didn't really change his levels of his hips there on that. I think it was more or less just a clear off. Once again, they go back to the arm tie-up. Sutter pushing in. Catcherbone lowers, takes a shot, and that's blocked by Sutter. Now he changes, attempts to drag. Catcherbone lowers his level and sides him, takes a half a shot.
Started out slow, but they seem to be picking up their shots a little bit here late in the first.
Yeah, but neither of them have penetrated real well, you know, beyond the defense of the other. Both looking to put it all together, the clear shot and finish all in one nice motion.
When you get to this caliber, you really don't want to put yourself behind if you don't have to.
Okay, Catcherbone looking to work those arm tie-ups. He's got one, he's got the underhook, Sutter clears out. Then we have a scoreless first period.
Jeff Catcherbone from Harbor Creek, undefeated this year, 2-time stater. from PA and Matt Suter from Gibbstown, New Jersey, a two-time. 138-7-1.
Catcher bone on top. Break Suter. Coming out front. Now sliding around the back. Looks like he wanted to put a boot in there. Suter with a Granby for an escape for 1 point.
That worked for one. The way this match is going, that could be a big point there.
Both wrestlers looking to try to get some offense going there. Catcher bone with the front headlock. Suter spinning into position, tries to drag it, and he does successfully, inbounds. He gets a 2-point takedown.
Very
nice. He dragged out of that.
That will make it a 3-0 lead.
Suter's looking over to his coach, and that is Paul Marino for a little bit of ice, and he lets him up. So we now have a 3-2 score.
They have 3-1 on the board. We'll stick with that for now. Both boys sparring at the neutral. There's the underhook.
Both wrestlers go out of bounds. They're trying to get the offense going there.
Not a whole lot they could do from those tie-ups. They don't want to put themselves in jeopardy. Someone's going to take a chance here pretty soon. .26 seconds left. It's still a 3-1 lead.
Okay, Catcher bone was trying to control the tie up there and couldn't get much out of it. Matt Suter cleared out. Comes back to the center. Suter staying in a good stance.
Catcher bone doesn't seem to be able to solve Suter so far as taking him down. Looks like he has confidence to be able to take people down, but he doesn't seem to be able to solve Suter as yet. And he's going to have to wait to the third period before he does. That's still a 3-1 score. Matt Suter, Gibbstown, New Jersey, 152 pounds over Jeff Catcherbone, two-time state champ from Harbor Creek, undefeated this year, but in trouble of losing. He's down 3-1 with 2 minutes left in this bout.
Suter stops at initial stand-up by Catcherbone. Catcherbone now getting to his feet, getting hand control, escapes. The crowd trying to get behind Jeff Catcherbone here. Catcherbone controlling the wrist.
Now 3-2 with that escape by Catcherbone. And again, Jeff Catcherbone yet to solve Matt Suter's defense on his feet. It's worked very well.
Catcherbone's
Stalling
coach looking
on Catcherbone. Let's see if that'll move Jeff Catcherbone a little bit.
I don't think it's that he's intentionally stalling. He's just having his offense is getting shut off by Suter.
It is,
and that's
very
making
well
it frustrating. And he's being smart in the fact that he's not taking a poor shot and getting himself into worse trouble. He's trying to be patient and wait to open something up. Suter's right there, controlling the wrist, tying head to head.
Very good with the lead is Suter. Pretty soon, Catcherbone's going to have to take a chance. There's 43 seconds left.
Suter's not making any mistakes. He's staying in good position, keeping good head position. He stepped in to snag a leg or two, but he's never overcommitted himself. We haven't seen him take many shots, and I think the crowds would like to see a reciprocatory caution stall on Mark Suter.
They won't see it. There's 21 seconds left.
Both wrestlers beating the head.
He's got to shoot this Catcherbone. 9 seconds. First First warning for stalling won't do much good with 8 seconds left.
Catcher down, beating ahead.
And Jeff Catcherbound will go down 3-2 to Matt Suter and extend the U.S. team's lead to 23-9 as we complete 152 pounds.
Class is Matt Suter out of Gibstown, New Jersey. Now at 160 pounds, representing Pennsylvania from Dallas.
Okay, 160 pounds is the #1 recruit in the country, Joe Williams from Mount Carmel High School in Harvey, Illinois. Joe Williams, as you mentioned in the preliminary introductions, has 155. Oh, and we got a collision, and Neil Barnes goes down. The referee takes a break. They had a nice collision, and we'll take a break as well. Okay, we're back at 160 pounds. We've only had 5 seconds go off the whistle there. We had a break. Joe Williams was afforded a 2-point takedown after that collision when Neil Barnes hurt his shoulder. Williams lets him go and right away attacks in low. Williams in the red and the yellow ear guards. Neil Barnes from Dallastown, 39-0 this year, and a state champion. Barnes in on a duck under, changes off to a single leg. He's in deep. Uh-oh, Joe Williams got that overhook, and it's got it tight as they go out of balance. There's no... Oh, they did give a 2-point takedown.
Yes.
To Williams.
Boy, this Williams is a stud. Boy, he looked like, Barnes looked like he was going to plant him, and then next thing you know, he's on his back.
That's right, Barnes was in tight, too. Williams, once again, leaves him go.
That'll make it 4-2.
Looks a lot like the young Kenny Monday who wrestled in a classic here at one time. Joe Williams, very quick.
Boy, is he
very
ever.
Strong, very powerful. He's got the underhook. Barnes post. Barnes lowers. Williams just lowers the boom on him and drives into him. Barnes still trying to get that barrel roll. Williams still leaves that underhook in deep. Gets an ankle pick, takes him right to his back. Drives him over.
Unbelievable.
No takedown given. Barnes scrambled out of that one. Williams looks in control of the tie-up there.
Sure does.
Got the underhook. Although Neil Barnes is doing a great job. He's keeping his offense going. He's been hitting his barrels. And that's his move. Joe Williams clears, lowers, and gets a double leg takedown. Makes it look easy on Neil Barnes, but you know that's not the case. Now he's on top, and he lets Neil Barnes go.
That's 3 escapes that Williams gave Barnes. It makes the score 6-3. 15 seconds left in the first period, and
Barnes in on a barrel again. Doesn't get it, changes off to a single. Williams reaches over, he's pulling the far ankle. Barnes trying to get some height there, clear. He's got the far hip. Runs out of time and doesn't get the score. That ends the first period. Joe Williams in the lead with 3 takedowns. Neil Barnes 3 escapes. That's 6-3. Barnes' shoulder looks like it's still kind of hurting him there.
Mm-hmm. That double leg seemed like with Barnes' strength that may yet work for Barnes over Williams. We'll see. Williams looks in very good control of the bout in the first period, but hey, it's only 6-3. Barnes really squirmed out of a couple of positions, so he was in deep trouble.
Okay, Barnes gives, Joe Williams gives Neil Barnes his 4th escape of the match. Both wrestlers on their feet. Williams takes that low single leg shot, catches Neil walking, or moving. He's in low, he's attacking, moves up. He goes to the bear hug and he keeps him there. And he's going to start getting back. And he gets 3 back points. We didn't see any counts, but that was
a quick 3. It looked like 2. But that makes the score 11-5. 5 escapes for Neil Barnes, or Williams is just letting him go. Unbelievable. Undefeated wrestler, state champion, can be dominated so far the way this match is going. This Joe Williams is a phenom, and there he goes with another roll and comes right back with the 2-point takedown, leads 13-5. Well, he gets a hold of that leg and he just rolls with it and just takes his whole momentum. And
how many takedowns does that make for Joe Williams at this point?
well, he has 3 back points.
He had 3 in the first
so
period.
that's 5 takedowns.
And 2 in the second.
He may have had two back points. 5. At least 4. And you fans at home can replay the tape and count them for yourself. See if we're right.
Joe Williams in again on a double leg, countering Neil Barnes' initial shot. He blocked it and reshot.
This Williams sure came as advertised, didn't he? He just dominating the match. 15 seconds left in the second period. It's 15-6. With Joe Williams from Mount Carmel High School.
Scoring his 6th takedown in this match, I believe.
Oh boy. 155-1. His only loss was he was winning 15-2 and he slammed the guy. I'm with Dan Gable a little bit.
Okay, Williams chooses on their feet to start the third period. Barnes looking to get a little bit something going. Williams looks like he's ready to shoot. Look for that ankle pick that time. Both wrestlers lock up. Williams pushing. Barnes looks to hit that lateral or arrow again. Williams counters by spinning his hips, siding him, closing off on that foot. Taking control of that, traps it at this point.
What strength and balance Joe Williams has. He just waited for Barnes to make the move and just countered it, kept his balance, and accepted the 2 points.
Okay, the referee calls a stalemate.
17-6 now. 11-point lead for Joe Williams, and he'll need 4 more to get his technical fall.
Okay,
and they did not award a takedown there because the break was not, there was not a full break ruled by the referee. So no escape was awarded or takedown. So now we go.
And we have 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining here in the third period.
The break was not complete. That's why no escape or takedown was awarded.
Joe Williams, Joe Williams with 7 takedowns here in the match. Neil Barnes has 7 escapes. Williams in low on the far leg. Cross shot there. Barnes fighting it off. Barnes trying to get some leverage there and get his hips off the mat.
32 seconds left in the third.
Williams settles in and the referee calls a stalemate. We're now down to 30 seconds.
We're set up for a 4-point decision right now if it stays the way it is. Barnes needs to get himself a takedown.
He's got to be thinking about a 5-point move here, something to put Williams on his back. Once again, he goes to that clear to clear that single leg. Williams keeps it. Neil look in deep. Williams does a great job fighting it off. That ends the match. Joe Williams wins by the score of 17-7.
The winner of the 160-pound weight class.
And that's only going to be a 4-point decision, which will make it 27-9 and lead of the U.S. team.
Maryland, Grant Johnson. And from Newport, representing Pennsylvania, Damian Jones.
Okay, at 171 pounds, Grant Johnston from Randallstown, Maryland, a 3-time state champion. I believe he wrestled at Owings Mills High School. He was 38-0 this year, and he has a career record of 120 wins and 6 losses. He's in the red. His opponent, 1-time state champion, Damian Jones from Newport High School. Damian was undefeated this year with 37 wins, no losses. And he has a career record of 119 wins, 18 losses, and 1 tie. He's coached by Mike Capozzoli at Newport High School, and he's in trouble. Grant Johnson scores a 2-point takedown after a little scramble there, and Jones was almost caught in a near cradle.
Rather hard crossface there that the crowd didn't like.
Grant Johnson wasn't being polite about that at all. He wants to make sure that Damian Jones knows that he likes to crossface, I suppose. And I'll tell you what, Grant Johnson looks like he's ready to go on the attack again.
PA needs these last three. And they'll need a couple of falls.
Greg Severn calls a break in the action. Shot attempt by Damian Jones, blocked by Grant Johnson. Johnson with the underhook, driving in. Jones lowers. He's underneath, trying to look for a barrel. Grant Johnson making his way around, runs out of room on the mat.
171-pound class, Grant Johnson, Randallstown, Maryland. 120-6. Leads 2-1 over Damian Jones, Newport High School, right here in Pennsylvania. And Jones needs to make something happen here if the PA team wants to get back in. Now, U.S. team won last year, and they need a pin from Colat and weren't able to get that. There was an actual tie from the Florida kid. His name was Bono, I believe.
Chris Bono. Okay, both wrestlers, neither of them able to open up anything. We're just winding down the end of the first period. Grant Johnson got the score of 2-1 over Damian Jones. Grant Johnson's coach is Cornell Bass. Coach Bass is yelling some words of encouragement to his student athlete. We're going to start the second period with Grant Johnson on top. Johnson stands up, looks to get some hand control. I'm sorry, Jones, that was Jones who stood up. Damian Jones, brought back to the mat by Grant Johnson. Broken down flat. Grant Johnson trying to work a tilt here. Loading him up on his hips, getting ready to load him up. Got that cross wrist control. Got a lot of weight on top. Working some pries. And Damian Jones gets some hand control and just let go.
2-2, 125 left in the second. PA needs some falls. Don't know if these wrestling fans, nice little duck there, almost a nice counter there by Jones. He almost was able to pull that in.
Grant Johnson's initial high crotch shot. Now he's shot underneath. And the referee calls a stalemate, brings him back to the center.
Wrestling fans here getting a little quieter than they were in some of these middle bouts. Waiting for some action.
And the referee calls caution stalling on Damian Jones. Grant Jackson creating the motion and creating the shots.
He was.
Controlling the head tie-ups. Damian Jones trying to get his offense started. Lowers, actually locks into a single leg. Lowers into a single leg as Grant Johnson was pursuing. Johnson spins out front. Now both wrestlers are even. We got these two wrestlers making their way across the mat. We're down to 22 seconds remaining here in the second period of the 171-pound bout. Pennsylvania trailing big time to the USA team, 27-9.
The U.S. team was loaded this year. We talked about it. They sure shown it.
Okay, Grant Johnson. Look to get that underhook series working there. That ends the second period. It'll be Damian Jones's choice. It'll be interesting to see what he calls here. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Grant Johnson's choice. He chooses down. So we've got a tied score going into the third period.
And it may come down to an escape here. Let's see what happens. Johnson comes right out.
And he comes back with a single leg shot blocked by Damian Jones.
Johnson looks very impressive, very aggressive, and he leads 3-2.
Defensively, each wrestler is doing a great job stopping the initial shot of the others, but we're not seeing a flurry of shot, counter shot, counter shot type of reactions.
That's why the score is 3-2.
Yes. Okay, Damian Jones takes a bad shot. Johnson actually slips, rolls across his back in the process of blocking it. Now he's got that underhook.
Boy, he almost got caught in that roll. Jones would have been able to hold him there.
Jones reaches across, gets that single leg. Johnson blocks it. Coach Capozzoli giving some words of instructions to his man, Damian Jones from Newport.
He wants a stall call.
And he's also looking for a stalling call on Grant Johnson, but I can't agree with that there. We're down to 53 seconds remaining in the third period. It's a 1-point lead Grant Johnson has over Damian Jones. Both wrestlers still tied up. Grant Johnson pushing in. Jones trying to clear and get a shot. Looking to spin around. Looks like it appears now that Johnson is just tying him up and slowing him down.
Yep. No stall call again, though.
Time is winding down.
.30 seconds left in a 3-2 match.
Grant Johnson's got him tied up. Both wrestlers are standing. Johnson's controlling that wrist tie up, trying to snap him down and spin. Jones trying to drop and get some penetration. Looking for it there. They go out of bounds with 9 seconds remaining.
And Johnson doing just enough to be called for stalling. And
Jones in off the whistle. Johnson locks him up through the crotch. I think time's going to wear down on this. And we're going to have Grant Johnson, the winner, by the score of 3-2 over Damian Jones. At the end of the last two weight classes, 189 and 275, with the Pennsylvania team trailing by the score of 30-9.
The winner
of the USA team comfortable lead.
Is Grant Johnson.
Good matchup here, AJ. We got a three-time state champion from St. Lawrence, South Dakota, Ryan Russell, who has 118 pins in his career. 134 wins, 8 losses. His career don't meet. Of that, 108 were by fall. He was 39-0 this year, and he had 34 falls this season. His opponent is two-time state finalist Jason Robeson. Robeson was a runner-up last year and a state champion this year from Hampton High School.
And he's going to go to Edinburgh and also wrestle with Bruce Baumgartner. And he's one of these dedicated kids who gets up at 5 o'clock and runs his miles and waits for the school to open and works out. And just a real dedicated kid. So let's see how he does against Ryan Russell.
Robinson is Hampton's first state champion in their school's history, just like Drew Spencer was for Peters Township. He's in on a low single leg at this point. Ryan Russell countering, got a crossface there. Jason works to his feet. He's got the underhook. Okay, he drops low on a single. Catches Russell off guard. The official gives him a 2-point takedown. He's starting to move up now. Under the crotch, Russell stands up and escapes. We've got a minute left here in the first period. Blood has been drawn. Jason Robinson lowered on that single leg shot. Russell now has a Russian tie.
And a 2-1 lead is Robinson. Russell, R-E-S-E-L. A few of the guys were calling him Russell out there before the match started.
Okay, Jason steps in and hip tosses him right there. Second hip toss, drives in, got the double underhook. He's looking to go upper body there. Both wrestlers getting a lot of action. We now have 28 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Good thing they didn't go off that edge of that mat. Boy, it was dangerous, those big guys.
Yes. Russell right away looking for that Russian tie again. Jason breaks it, got the underhook. Russell controlling that far wrist. Jason ducking but not really lowering his hips or anything like that. Maybe just a clear. Russell changes off, lowers his hips, takes a long shot. He's in good position. Jason fights it off until the buzzer's over. So Jason Robinson leading by the score of 2-1, gets his choice, chooses down.
We haven't had a Pennsylvania wrestler lead for a while, and they have lost the last 4 bouts, 145, 152, 160, and 171, so time for the PA team to turn it around here. It's 30-9, and the match is over. Fine USA team winning for the 2nd straight year.
Robinson scooting backwards. He's got the leg laced on the outside, going into a camel stand, comes up. Not only does he go for the one, but he stays with it, takes a single, changes to a double, continues to drive, and now he reaches off and isolates the hip. Scores a 2-point reversal. Good job by Jason Robinson. Way to stay with that. Could have left go and just taken an escape, but he stayed with it and just went for the 2-point reversal there.
Nice series of moves. Did everything right. Did all the basics. That seems to be what gets you the wins when you go to this top-notch competition.
Okay, we got an escape by Ryan Russell. Scores now 4-2 in favor of Jason Robinson. Score 1 minute remaining in the period. Jason with the tie, throwing the head. Russell going back to that Russian tie. Jason clearing it. Russell snapped on. Jason likes the underhook. Both wrestlers trying to get some arm control in there. Russell lowers, takes a shot. Robinson lowers, comes to the side, picks up that single leg, trying to set him down. He's holding it, staying in good position. He lowered his hips. Russell getting some pressure in there by locking him on that far leg.
20
trying
seconds.
to set something up. 17 seconds remaining in the 2nd period.
Yes.
Robinson gets his 2nd takedown. The score now 6-2.
And it looks like the 2nd period will end that way with Jason Robinson leading 6-2 after the 2nd. 2 minutes left here at 189 pounds. Ryan Russell takes bottom position.
Okay, and we have an injury timeout. So let's take a break.
But, you know, you got your own group.
We're back at 189 pounds. We're in the 3rd period. The start of the 3rd period. On top is Jason Robinson, leading by the score of 6-2. Getting some pressure on Ryan Russell. Moving out to the side. Try to cradle. Didn't have enough room there. Continue to pry on the far side and riding up the crotch. Laces that back leg. Got a lot of weight out there. Russell in the camel stand trying to come up. Russell lowers his hips, fighting to come up, drops down, gets some hand control, escapes.
That'll make it 6-3 in the favor of Jason Robinson. See if he can get one more takedown. He already has 2.
Robinson reacting to a shrug by, just stays intently, lowers his hips, charges him. He's been awarded the 2-point takedown. And he finishes it off. Ryan Russell turns away. Robinson comes out to the side. He's got that that arm pry there. Getting a lot of pressure. Lifting up on the crotch, lacing the leg. Russell trying to keep his base, reaches back. Starts to turn in. Robinson looking for a near cradle, doesn't get it. gives his fourth escape to Ryan Russell.
8-4, 42 seconds left.
Russell's coach, Doyle Everson, screaming some instructions, encouraging him to keep going. He takes a poor shot. Jason Connors spins around, changes it into a single leg and sets it down. He's been awarded 2 points. That gives Jason his third takedown and a reversal to score 10 points.
And you know, Robinson scored a lot of those takedowns. I know the last 3 on counters. So he wrestled very intelligently, and Ryan Russell, who was 39-0, is now defeated 10-4 in the 189-pound class. And that will give 3 more team points for PA.
Jason Robinson.
And the score is now 30-12.
And now on the 275
congratulates Ryan Russell and his
representing the United States
Jason Robinson,
from Independence,
state champion from Hampton High School. Mr. Sauer, the head coach at Hampton High School.
For Pennsylvania, Bill Clausen.
Bill Clausen is a guy I think you'll like, big, strong kid. Not your average high school heavyweight. He's just a big, tough, strong kid with, as you can tell, not a whole heck of a lot of extra on him, and he's just a strong wrestler and shoots a good single and is fundamentally sound.
Little activity here. Clausen takes a shot, gets underneath. Michael Perrine trying to counter, get some weight on top of him.
Clausen, a state champ, I believe, undefeated this year.
33-0, by the way. And he accumulated 116 wins and 29 losses in his career at Plum High School.
Wow.
Bryce Carper is the head coach of Plum High School, Bill Clausen's coach. And both wrestlers go out of bounds. Bill Clausen comes back to the center. Little activity here as Clausen drives into it. Perrine tried a headlock. Little counter action, lifts him up, sets him down. Both wrestlers. Perrine lifts him up and sets him down. Unfortunately, he set him down out of bounds, or he would have got a 2-point takedown. But the activity carried him right out of bounds. Boy, I was surprised. Michael Perrine really picked him up with no problem.
Boy, oh boy.
He set him down.
This Bill Clausen is one big, strong fella, too. I don't know if that upper body tie-up is going to help Clausen at all with a fellow this big. Then again, if he gets in too deep on a single, and if Perrine can sprawl out on him, he's going to be in trouble there as well. It's tough giving up so much weight.
Okay, both wrestlers trying to get some position and take advantage of the tie-up. They break away. They're going head-to-head. Perrine with the overhook. It looks like trying to work a Russian tie. Clausen breaks loose. Nice drag and lower by Michael Perrine. Right at the end of the whistle, but he doesn't get any points. Nice lower and drag. Very impressed by that. Did a good job.
He sure did for a big fella. He went right in, worked at it, set it up nicely, and almost had the 2.
Okay.
Fortunately for Clausen, the period was about to end. No score.
In the second period, Clausen chooses bottom. And I think I've said the word okay a couple times tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming to stand is Clausen. He does not get his 1. He is facing Perrine, however. Now he's out for his 1. Both wrestlers feel they can take the other one down. I believe this is that's what it's going to come down to. It is a takedown. Enjoyed doing the matches tonight. We had a nice bout with.
I want a copy of this one too.
With the Wisconsin group, and WPIL defeated them. Clausen gets his 3-0 lead. Here in the second period, 55 seconds left. Now he's going to try to ride. Now this is the interesting part. It's almost tough to ride a larger opponent like that, but Clausen's been able to do it so far. It looks like we have an injury time to Michael Perrine. And here we are at the heavyweight 3-0 lead by Plum's Bill Clausen, the state champion from Plum. He's going to go to Lehigh. Nice escape by Michael Perrine from Independence, Missouri, home of Harry Truman.
Clausen will be following future previous Plum wrestlers to Lehigh University.
Cassidy.
Yeah, Steve Cassidy wrestled here in the Classic, and one other individual, can't quite think of his name. Okay, we got a 3-1 score. The heavyweights are head-to-head. Nice lowering shot by Michael Perrine. He's still hanging in there with a single leg. He goes up top and locks it up. Clausen hits a headlock, doesn't get it, turns away. They did give a 2-point takedown and a 1-point escape. As the second period winded to a close. But we're still got a good match going on here. Red's choice, and he's down. Entering the third period, and that is Michael Perrine from Independence, Missouri.
And he's a two-time state champ. All comes down to 2 minutes, and Pennsylvania's Bill Clausen from Plum leads 4-3. Perrine just balls up. It looked like he was going to come to stand, and he...
Well, look, he did a good thing because he didn't let Bill Clausen get his legs in. He actually, you know, curled up a little bit, caught that leg underneath, and it's going to pay off for him because he's going to score a 2-point reversal and take the lead 5-4.
Good point. And it worked.
Sure did. Now, Perrine lets him go as he's trying to... I think he needed to move up anyway, and he ended up just letting him go. That ties the score at 5-5 in the heavyweight bout.
5-5. It's coming down to the third period. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Both heavyweights looking a little tired. That's a lot of weight to be moving around. Yours and someone else's. Bear hug attempt with a trip. And the 2 is going to be given to Michael Perrine of Independence, Missouri. He leads 7-5.
He stepped in there with those underhooks, laced the legs, and that was it. Clausen looking to get off the bout.
39 seconds left. Bill Clausen trails 7-5. Being exalted by his coaches. Clausen on the bottom. I think Perrine may let him go and just try to fight him off here. We'll see what happens.
Dr. Glenn Berry.
Looks like he's going to try to bury him.
Dr. Glenn Berry's coaching instructions to Perrine. How to finish up these last 30 seconds. Perrine lifts him up big time. Bill Clausen with a gravy roll for the escape. Single leg shot. He's driving in. The heavyweight turns away and kicks. Clausen stays with him. Wow, look. What tenacity there.
16 seconds left and Clausen leads 8-7.
Something went off inside of Clausen. Another injection of determination, boy. Like Grammy Rowan, he stood up and reshot. He could have very well easily left go. Perrine trying, and that ends the match. Bill Clausen wins by the score of 8-7 for Michael Perrine.
275-pound weight class is Bill Clausen.
That'll make the final team score. United States 30, Pennsylvania
USA 30, and Pennsylvania 15. At this time, would like to bring out the most outstanding wrestler for the USA, and that is Dennis Kitco. Please come over to the scorer's table, please.
Dennis Kitco.
And for the Pennsylvania team at 130 pounds, Tom Tomeo, the outstanding wrestler for tonight's main event. Dennis Kitco from from Brandon, Florida, and Tom Tomillo from Grove City. Congratulations. And on behalf of the tournament committee, we thank everyone for attending tonight's event, and we hope you have a safe journey home. Thank you very much.
Fabulous action once again. The 19th annual just turned out great.
Okay, AJ, as we looked on the lineup, the United States team wins by the score of 30-15. The UA team ended on a good note with a come-from-behind win by Bill Clausen over Mike Perrine.
And at 189 they won.
And that ends the 19th annual Post-Gazette Wrestling Classic. Post-Gazette Wrestling Classic.